The cost of living out here in Australia is actually cooked. Let me show you. $13.50 for a block of cheese. Yeah, nah. $6.90 for some fucking milk. $22 for this little box of chocolates. $11 for some fucking juice. Get fucked. $17 for this much bacon.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And last time we talked about how life in Japan can be simple yet peaceful. But today we're going to the world of kangaroo. Can you guess what is it? Okay, I'll give you 5 seconds, okay? Bye. And that is Australia, once called the lucky country. Now with prices rising faster than ever, many people are asking, is it still lucky at all? And now let's find out.
How the fuck are you supposed to survive on 30 bucks an hour? I just got paid and I didn't even get a grand for the week of work that I just did. My name's Huddy, I'm 20 years old and I currently live out of home, so I'm paying my own rent, bills, food, fuel, and after paying all my expenses, I'm pretty much left with maybe $100 to $150 per week. Basically living paycheck to paycheck because the cost of living in Australia is completely cooked. My point is, how the fuck am I supposed to save for a house when you got houses like this going for $1 million? Let's just say I cut back on some of my expenses and I was saving $200 a week. Times $200 by 52 weeks of a year, that makes 10 grand. Meaning I would have to save for 20 fucking years to save for a 20% deposit on a home in Australia. Meaning I'm gonna be fucking 40 years old before I end up putting this deposit down on this house. And that's also assuming the house prices don't go up in the next 20 years, which obviously it fucking is. The thing that's fucking crazy though is I always scroll on my phone, right? And I see these kids making so much money from their phone. I make 50K in a year. These cunts are making 50K in a month. And I keep thinking to myself, why the fuck can that not be me? And look, even though I'm super skeptical about the whole thing, I've decided I'm gonna give it a crack because this job is not fucking working. So what I'm gonna do is document my journey here on my Instagram. Drop me a follow if you wanna see the journey. And let's fucking do it, bro. If you hate your job too, drop me a follow. We're in this together. Let's do it.
Bro, the cost of living in Australia is fucked. Check this shit out. 50 bucks for a can of Coke. For 30 cans. Are you fucking for real, cunt? Bro, you gotta be taking the piss. $8.40 for some deodorant. And that's 30% off. Let's say you want to buy some body wash. 20 bucks. What is going on? Bro, just seeing that shit, I don't know how it's even possible to live off, minimum wage now. If minimum wage is $24, how are you meant to afford those sorts of things? I just bought 2 steaks and this orange juice, and it cost me $27. What the fuck? But yeah, something definitely needs to fucking change because it's getting out of hand.
So I received an email from our real estate yesterday with our latest tenancy agreement for the next 12 months. So they'll be putting our rent up an extra $40 per week. So that'll bring our total rent for the week to $640. Now, we live in a beautiful location. It's a 4-bedroom home, 2-bathroom, double garage. We're a stone's throw away from the ocean. And I feel with the current rental crisis that is happening in Australia right now, we're actually pretty lucky with what we pay. However, I wanted to crunch some numbers. So for the next 12 months, we'll be paying just over $33,000 in rent. Now, my partner is self-employed, he's a carpenter, and the last 12 months, he has made roughly $70,000. If I take that $33,000, so $33,280 off the $70,000, that leaves us, as a family of 4, with $36,720 to survive on for 12 months. I get paid $136 a fortnight from the government, family tax benefit. $136 is not much to get a fortnight. So that brings our total up to $40,000, just over $40,000 to spend as a family of 4 for 12 months. Divide that by 52. That leaves us with $775 a week as a family of 4. How the hell are families surviving in this day and age without an additional source of income? Can someone explain it to me? Because honestly, if I didn't have my online business, there is no way in hell we would be able to afford where we live. what we eat. And I know people are going to come back to me and say, well, why don't you just go back to work? Why should I have to go back to work? I have an 18-month-old son and an 8-week-old daughter who are solely relying on me. And why should I have to go back to work and give up my right as a mother to raise my children? Just so we can survive, just so I can afford to put them into daycare. I feel like now more than ever, it is so important to let people know that there are other options out there, that they don't have to settle for a life of struggle, that, you know, mothers can stay home, raise their children, and still bring in another source of income. Forever be grateful that I took a chance on myself a little over a year ago and started my online business, because I would absolutely hate to see where we would be as a family of 4 if I didn't.
I wish I could be proud to be Australian. Look, don't get me wrong, I am proud to be Australian. It is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. The people here are amazing. But with the rising house costs, the cost of living skyrocketing, and inflation fucking up everything, no one can live sustainable. I remember being a kid and 100 grand a year was like, you've fucking made it. You were living in a nice house on the water, had boats, jet skis, 100 grand a year. You can't even fucking make it by with that anymore. For example, today I was at Woolworths, and this poor lady, she would have been in her 30s, and she had 3 kids with her, and she was paying for $20 worth of food to feed her family with fucking 5-cent coins, sitting there counting them one by one. 5-cent coins. We're meant to be the fucking lucky country. Shit like that shouldn't be around. Shit like that shouldn't be happening. It's just beyond fucked. The cost of living has fucked up everything, and it's just slowly getting worse and worse. That's why the second I get a chance, I'm going to make as much money as I fucking can online, and I'm going to fuck off until shit sorts itself out. Because at the way it's going, we're all going to be fucked.
That is the video of today, everyone. The more I watch the clips, the more I realize that this isn't just happening only in Australia, but it's happening everywhere. Because you see, we work harder, earn more than our parents did before, and however, somehow life feels heavier, more stressful, and put a lot of pressures on our shoulders. Australia used to be the dream. Clean cities, good pay, sunshine, and freedom. And honestly, in some way, it is still. But when even simple trip to grocery stores feel like a luxury, you start asking yourself, what am I really looking for? Maybe we've reached to a point that where it's not about chasing anymore, but it's more about protecting what truly matters. Our time, our health, and our peace of mind. Because earning 6 figures means nothing if you're too stressed to enjoy a quiet cup of coffee and then ending up your life in a hospital, right? I really want to know, for those of you living in Australia or anywhere that's getting more expensive, how are you coping? How are you thinking about moving somewhere cheaper or finding ways to make it work where you are? You can share your thoughts in the comment section below, and I love to hear your perspective from everywhere in the world. And if you like to keep exploring what a good life really costs, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. And that's it for our video today. See you in the next one.